Hey everybody, this is Devin with HDpiano.com, and in today's video I'm going to show you guys how to play the verse of Dangerous Woman, Watch Out, by Ariana Grande. Alright, so check it out. It goes a little something like this. We're in E minor, and we're in 6/8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Repeat it one more time. And there you have it. All right. So that functions as both the intro and the verse. All right. Yeah. So as usual, the rest of the videos can be found at HDpiano.com. This is just part 1. And in the rest of the videos, I will be showing you how to play the rest of the song, including the solo that I'm going to transcribe and, yeah, play it. It's kind of funky. A guitar solo played on piano is a little strange, but it's kind of cool. So, where to begin? Well, we're in E minor, and we've got a tune that's full of energy, right? It starts off very simple, quiet, soft, unassuming, and then all of a sudden, by the time we're at the chorus, you're just hit with this wave of energy and big epic drums, epic vocals with even like distortion on the vocals, epic guitar, everything, right? So we got to figure out how to put that into the piano. All right, so I came up with I think it's a pretty dynamic arrangement. Starts off simple. All right, so we start off with this E minor chord, right? Double E's in the left and G, B, and E in the right. So we hit that together, and as you're able, you can throw in a little grace note, right? Because you'll hear the guitar kind of go, right? So we go with our little ring finger here, right? It lands just before, and we hit that chord together. All right, so get that down. And if it's tough, because this is a pretty hard finger to isolate, then it's fine. We can just start with the chord itself, okay? So in the recording, we just have this guitar kind of playing the line, right? When you play that on piano, it's a little boring. It's a little empty. The piano is very clean and crisp, and the guitar is very distorted, which I'm sure was a choice made by the production team, which is spearheaded by Max Martin. And if you're not familiar with him, do a little Google search and see what other hits that he has come up with, and I'm sure you know plenty of them, dating all the way back to Britney Spears and Backstreet Boys, all the way to Katy Perry, Taylor Swift, and Ariana Grande, and more. So yeah, you can credit him and his team for making this track sound as cool as it does. And here we are trying to make it work on piano. So instead of just playing the line, just one note at a time, I figured let's thicken it up. Play it in octaves with both hands. All right, so we hit those first 3 notes, but actually 4 notes because we're doing a grace note from a D into the E. And this is beats 4, 5, 6, 1. And that's the second measure. 4, 5, 6, 1. All right? So we hit our first chord. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3. Okay? This chord here is a G major chord, right? So the guitar line is going E, G, A with the grace note from the D. E, G, A into the G major chord. Did I say minor earlier? I'm not sure. I hope I said major. It's a G major chord. Okay. E minor to G major, the relative major. So here we are, the first 2 measures. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1. And there's the third measure. So to get into this C major chord, we continue that line. Grace note into B, beats 4, 5, and 6. 4, 5, 6. Notes being B, A, G. 4, 5, 6. We land on a C major chord. And again, we can grace into it with our little ring finger if we want. And if not, not a big deal. So 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3. Now the grace note becomes defined, right? Rather than being quick like that, we're going to do the quick one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that's the right hand isolated. Right? So if you listen to the recording, you'll see where that's coming from. So we do the quick one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now together, right? So quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right? So for those last 3 beats, our left hand just holds a big octave D. And I kind of chose that to play the part of the snare drum that's just like, comes in later and has epic reverb and just fills up all that space, right? Unless you have access to that kind of equipment, you're just sticking with the piano, so you got to just really make that note sing, right? Hit it real strong and then bring it back down. Boom. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Boom. Okay, so there you have it. That is the verse. All right, so and as a special bonus to this first video, I will be getting into how to play the solo later on in a later part of this song in all the videos, which can be found at HDpiano.com. However, I wanted to leave you guys with a little something to mess around with, right? Because the solo is very robotic sounding in this recording, and I think what it was is the production team maybe took a live guitar solo that someone played. Then I think they chopped it up into a bunch of little pieces and kind of rearranged it. And that's why it sounds like very quantized and very even with the beat. That's what quantized means. And, just like very rhythmic and almost like so robust that it doesn't sound quite human. But then there's some human elements. So I don't know. That's my guess of what went down in the studio. But that's a little advanced, right? So for our beginners and beginner and intermediate students, I wanted to just kind of show you guys a basic scale that you can work with to help you come up with some ideas for improvisations, all right? So on the left hand, we can just play the roots of the chord. E minor, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. G major, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. C major, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2. Here's that octave D, 2, 3, 1. Okay, so we can have our left hand doing that. Down the road, though, let me show you what the right hand can mess around with. It's called the E blues scale. And it's basically all white notes except for the 4th note, but I'll just show you the white notes first. E, skip up to G, step to A, step to B, skip up to D. Okay, we have these 5 notes. Okay, this is called the E minor pentatonic scale as it is now. But if we add this note here, I'm playing it nice and fast just to kind of show you the sound. All right, very bluesy, right? And that's the blues scale. It's a great source for coming up with your own material for improvising. All right, so I'll just give you a little demonstration using notes only from that scale. I'll even start it how the solo starts. Okay, so I was just messing around. Didn't play a single note that wasn't from that scale. Obviously, I have, some repertoire and some experience listening, and, I've transcribed a few solos already, so I have some ideas, but I totally encourage you to take that solo and mess around with it, and even, fast forward to the point in the song where the guitar solo takes place and see if you can pick out a few of the ideas yourself. I can tell you that almost everything, let's see, let me think real quick. Perhaps everything in the solo is coming from the blues scale. In fact, yes, I think that's correct. So, it can be a good little mission for you to start. See if you can pick up some parts of that solo. And of course, you can tune into a later video where I will break it down and show you, with the falling notes and everything, how to play it, in case there's some spots you can't pick up, because they are happening quite fast. Anyways, we've reached the end of part 1, all right? So I'll see you over at HDpiano.com, where you can check out the rest of the song. Of course, we are happy to take your requests on Twitter, at HDpiano, #HDrequests. We're happy to repost your performances after you've learned something at Instagram, on Instagram at HDpiano. And of course, give us a like on Facebook, all right? HDpiano. This is Devin, and I'm tuning out. We'll see you over at the next video. Thanks, guys.